again, welcome back to Football Spine Line, and we start today with a story that you're not going to find in any of the papers today. It's because it's come from one of our men out in Sweden, Joachim Modin, who's alerted us to this player. His name's Vanderson de Como, and he plays for Gothenburg Gais, and there's been a strong rumour linking him with Arsenal. Now, we spoke to his coach, Alexander Aiden, yesterday, who says that although the attacking midfielder come forward is the best player in Sweden at the moment, he's scored 18 goals and had around about 8 or 10 assists. He's not sure if he's a player that Arsene Wenger's looking for, as he wouldn't get into the Arsenal side ahead of the likes of Arshavin and Fabregas. Alexander did tell us, however, that there have been dozens of scouts at the last few games that guys have played, and at around about £1.5 million, a Brazilian striker would be an absolute bargain. So we'll keep you posted on that. Maybe find a bit of footage on him to put on the blog. Now today, rather than simply go through the papers, we're going to stick with information that you've been sending me from all over the world. And we like the look of this from Maju, who tells us that Arsenal are interested in a player called Lassina Traore, who they're calling the new Adebayor in the Romanian press. Now, I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, to be honest, but anyway, the information that Maju sent us has also been corroborated by our friends at the excellent I'm Scouting football database. They tell us that he's around about 6'6", he's 19, he's from the Ivory Coast, and although his goals record isn't brilliant, he's got 6 in 21, he's highly rated, and it cost around about £4 million. Wenger does like to pull rabbits out of the hat, so we'll see what happens with that one. Now let's go through some quick papers. And the Mirror say that Man United will only sell defender Nemanja Vidic, who wants to go to either Real Madrid or Barcelona, for around about £25 million so that they can get a younger replacement. He's 28 years old. The Mirror also say that the great Portsmouth fire sale is about to begin. Younes Kaboul on his way to the French club Lyon, and Kevin Prince Boateng, being excellent this season, wanted by Borussia Dortmund. The Sun say that Arsene Wenger will move for West Ham's Carlton Cole if Nicholas Bentner, just back from injury, fails a fitness test, get my words right, on Friday. And just on that, check out a piece on by my colleague John Cross on the Mirror Football website, where he's giving you the lowdown on the strikers on the Arsenal managers shortlist for this month. The Express said that Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink and Kevin Kilbane are on their way out of the club out of Hull to clear costs. We told you yesterday that Jan Vennegoor is on his way to Middlesbrough. And 2 stories for you in the Mail. The first is that Wigan want to sign the highly rated Sporting Gijón defender Roberto Canelli. He's 21, tipped to be a full international after being capped at all levels by Spain. The Greek club Olympiacos have been told by Liverpool that they can't have playmaker Yossi Benayoun, but now they want the winger Albert Riera. And we can also tell you, just very quickly, that Maxi Rodriguez, the Atletico Madrid midfielder, on his way to Liverpool on an 18-month contract. We'll just do one other story, actually, because the striker Marlon Harewood, he could be on his way to West Ham in a cut price deal with doubts over Carlton Cole. Now, very quickly, we started the Frank Ribery competition yesterday to see who would win the coveted Total 90 Shoot 2 boots. To win them, we need a new strap line for the show. Last summer, the winner was Nathan Hamlin in Australia, who described Football Spy as the internet's premier transfer talk show. We want to know if you can do better. Post your suggestions on YouTube or email them to us at spy@mirror.co.uk, and please, please, please remember to include your boot size. Now, we've already had some suggestions. We'll quickly go through them. Joe Deary says here, Football Spy in a league of its own when it comes to football gossip. Alex Gloms in the USA says that the UK's own Football Spy, the first to divulge transfer buys. I like that. Old Root says Football Spy, the heart of football transfers. Bad Half says Football Spy, your eyes into the football world. Keep them coming, and we'll keep the competition open for another week or so. Now, time for your messages, and our old friend Nick in St. Kitts in the Caribbean, yes, they do have the internet there. He says, it's so good to have you back. The new technology and the website is great, but I missed my regular fix. I hope Arsene can be his usual wily self and come out with a striker of class. Ryan Summerfield is a Stoke fan, and he says here, who do you think we will buy? And if you were a player, Would Stoke be an attractive option for you? Well, yes, it would. And I'd say that maybe Stoke should go for either Robbie Keane at Spurs to add a touch of class, or maybe Ryan Babel at Liverpool. I think we'll see how good Babel is if he gets some regular first-team football. Now, we're checking out a tip from another of our viewers, Tuncay Bubal from Turkey, who tells us that it's all over the Turkish media that the winger Arda Turan is on his way to Liverpool. So we'll check that one out and see how we get on. He's a good player, he did well at the European Championships, and I think he'd cope with the Premier League very, very well indeed. On the Daily Mirror channel, MUFC Sledge wants to know if Man United are going to buy another striker in the window. I'd say no, largely because I don't think they've got the money. And on YouTube, to Base 7X, I agree with you. Balotelli would be an excellent signing for Arsenal, but Shamak would be cheaper and much more of a bargain. To Markham, Leicester are no longer interested in Edgar Davids because they weren't able to agree terms with him in terms of coming to the club. And to Soldier Fafala, I think both David Silva and David Villa would strengthen Man United, but they've got no chance of getting either of those two players from Valencia at the moment. And just one more to Footy Arsenal, the French striker Loic Remy is no longer an Arsenal target. We're targeting Thursday for you because Football Spy will be back then with some more transfer gossip for you. I'll see you then.